I'm Siriana Lundgren, and welcome to Tempo, a video series brought to you by the Billings Symphony, where I get you up to speed on all of the history and culture surrounding the repertoire that the Billings Symphony is going to play this season. Have you ever wondered why a composer wrote a piece of music the way they did? And what in the world was going on at that time to make them write things that way? Before each symphony concert, tune in to Tempo here on the Symphony YouTube channel, and we'll dive into the concert's repertoire, taking a look at archival materials, books, articles, and all the latest research to uncover the hidden histories behind the pieces you're going to hear. Today's episode? The Story of a Season, where I give you a brief historical overview of everything that you're going to hear in the coming year. But before we get started, I need to transport you back 100 years and a couple thousand miles. The place? Paris. The year? 1929. France is just finishing one of its most exciting decades, and Maurice Ravel sits down at the piano to write. Paris in the 20s was the single most exciting place to be in the world. Anyone who's anyone was in Paris. Ernest Hemingway, F. Scott Fitzgerald, Gertrude Stein, Pablo Picasso, and among them all were the two composers featured in this season's very first concert, Maurice Ravel and our very own George Gershwin. These two got into all sorts of hijinks along the way. Together, we'll examine archival sources and correspondences to investigate the Parisian je ne sais quoi that inspired both Ravel's Piano Concerto in G minor and Gershwin's An American in Paris. Experience the magic of these pieces with the Billings Symphony on Saturday, September 21st. Gershwin and Ravel definitely met their fair share of superstars during their time in Paris in the 20s. But perhaps nobody that they met was more well-traveled than a Russian impresario named Sergei Diaghilev, founder of a group called the Ballet Russe, and the subject of this season's second concert. Join me as we pick apart the personality of a man who wheeled and dealed with the most influential artists of his time. He got Picasso to design sets and costumes. He got Stravinsky to write him music. He rubbed elbows with Coco Chanel and Debussy. Sergei Diaghilev maneuvered his ballet company into traveling the world. Catch up with me here at Tempo to learn more about Diaghilev's business sense, and join the symphony on November 2nd to celebrate the famous Ballet Russe with Stravinsky's The Rite of Spring and Debussy's Prelude to the Afternoon of a Faun. The Ballet Russe was incredibly well-traveled. They even got as far north as Glasgow, Scotland, which is, coincidentally, not very far at all from the realm of our next concert, A Celtic Christmas. Award-winning Jeremy Kittle will provide an entire evening of raucous and delightful Celtic fiddle music to celebrate the holiday season, and here at Tempo we'll explore where those traditions come from. Join us for this concert on Saturday, December 21st. The next concert in our season takes us back to Europe's mainland, where we revisit the music of one of the most famous composers of all time, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. In examining what is perhaps one of the most amazing requiems ever written, or at least my personal favorite, we'll dive into the troubled history of the Mozart family and examine the strange connections between this funeral mass and Mozart's own death. Experience this requiem for yourself on Saturday, February 15th. But the season doesn't stop on a melancholy note. We're finally back stateside with this next concert, celebrating the music of Leonard Bernstein. Join us as the Billings Symphony performs West Side Story. and you and I will explore why nobody could ever think of the name Maria in the same way after its premiere. When it opened in 1957, West Side Story, like all really good music, made a controversial splash. Reviewers even called it radioactive. And they had good reason to. In the West Side Story episode of Tempo, we'll uncover what Bernstein and Sondheim did that made this musical change theater forever. You can catch West Side Story in concert with the Billings Symphony on Saturday, March 14th. If dark and romantic music is more your speed, then the last concert in our season definitely has you covered. Join the Billings Symphony as they perform Rachmaninoff's Piano Concerto No. 2. Sergei Rachmaninoff, himself a virtuoso pianist, battled with depression. Piano Concerto No. 2 was dedicated to the composer's physician, Nikolai Dahl. Here at Tempo, we'll explore how this piano concerto represented a turning point in Rachmaninoff's life. And we'll answer the question, can your doctor really change the way your music sounds? Rachmaninoff, Saturday, April 18th. From the glitz and glamour of Ravel and Gershwin's Parisian Follies, to the brooding and dulcet tones of Rachmaninoff's second piano concerto, this season with the Billings Symphony packs an elegant punch. But adding to the intrigue are the fascinating and complicated histories of the people and cultures involved in making this music happen. Join me as we explore all of this amazing music together. Are you ready to try keeping up with the tempo?